Hello, it's me, Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist. And this week on my show, one old white guy, which is me, Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, I have the Masked Arab. And he is going to be talking about Muslims and Islam and all kinds of stuff. We talk about family, and we talk about the Bible and the Quran and all kinds of stuff. Now this show really highlights one of the things I hope to accomplish with this show, which is talking to and talking about other religions. The difficulties they have in leaving that religion, especially religions like Islam, where apostasy can get you killed. But I hope to talk to all kinds of people, but I think Muslims are probably one of the better targets. Shouldn't say targets, should I? One of the better people to talk to, because there's probably as much Muslims as there are Christians, which is what I'm used to dealing with. But I really want to highlight talking to a lot of people, and this is a really good conversation, and it's a pretty long conversation. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Anyways, this is a sneak peek.
A verse in the Quran which tells us that the sun sets in a muddy spring. And a lot of people deny that, and I'll be doing a video on this quite soon. It's actually, when you look at all the evidence, it's very clear that it was meant literally and not meant figuratively. And what kind of metaphor would this be? And they're saying, no, it was only from the vision of the person seeing it, who would have seen it behind the horizon setting, and they'll start sending you pictures from Google Images of the sun setting in the horizon behind the sea. But it says it's a muddy spring, a blackened muddy spring. Find me a blackened muddy spring of water somewhere on Earth that extends all the way to the horizon. You know, they'll claim, oh, it's the Black Sea. It's not the Black Sea. You know, it's a spring, not a sea. There are two different words in Arabic for spring and sea, and they're both used in the Quran, Bahar and Ain. And the biggest spring in the world, as far as I can tell, and through my own research, is about, I think, 200 meters in diameter, and there's no way that would appear beyond the horizon. So it's clearly a false book. But you know, people trying to kind of explain it away with these ridiculous explanations. It's comical to see sometimes, but it's also very, very sad. You know, it's very sad that humans will just not let go of the fear they have, and I think it's primarily down to the fear that they have, that if they start questioning these things, if they start daring to say that the Quran is not the word of God, you know, if they start using their brains a bit more, they're going to get punished.
Well, they've been told their entire lives, if you don't believe this, you're going to hell.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a hard thing to let go of, I imagine.
It is, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a difficult thing to it's a difficult fear to get out of your system. And I have a lot of ex-Muslims or Muslims who are skeptical, who watch my videos, who then come to my Facebook page or send me a personal message on YouTube, and a lot of them are kind of, you know, saying the same thing, and they're saying, how did you get rid of the fear of hell? I can tell that Islam is not the right religion. It doesn't make any sense anymore, but I can't shrug off that fear of hell, and I'm terrified. What if I'm wrong? And surely I'm not the only one that's right here, and all these millions of people around me are wrong. And they kind of, you know, they think that way. And I kind of think, well, I'm sorry, but, you know, if you were wrong and your God is a just, decent God, he wouldn't be punishing you for using the brain that he gave you. He gave you this brain that thought in this particular manner. So why would he punish you for using a brain he created in this particular way? He created your brain to allow for more reason and for more skepticism than your average, you know, other Muslim. So why would you think that he punishes you in hell for eternity? That wouldn't make sense. So that's the first thing I would say to them. Second thing I would say, well, let's just look at the history of hellfire and punishments and things like that. And you know, if you go to look at Egyptian mythology, I always take them back to that, because it's very, very similar to what we see in the Quran and the New Testament of the idea of hellfire. You know, there are scales being used to determine whether somebody's been a good or bad person, and their idea of hell is a lake of fire, and their idea of heaven is basically a place where rivers flow and, you know, trees are there and you have honey and other stuff. It's pretty much exactly the same description we see in the Quran. I mean, you know, when the Quran describes heaven, it doesn't tell you about, like, you know, roller coasters and fun rides. Obviously, it's you know, it was written in an age where maybe things would be more fun. You know, if I was to create my own mansion today, I would create a swimming pool and a go-karting track and things like that. You know, but for them, it was like the promise of a house in heaven is rivers of honey and rivers of wine. You know, not rivers of like Pepsi or whatever people tend to like today.
Yeah. Well,
So
a joke is when I guess Muslims say you had 72 versions, and the joke is kind of like, why would you want 72 versions? Why would you want 72 people you have to train? Wouldn't you rather have like two good whores, two that know what they're doing?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing is, what gives you the guarantee that these 72 versions are actually female?
Yeah. There's another joke.
Could be 72 virgin blokes. I mean, I think Family Guy did that joke because they had a suicide bomber go to heaven. And
there's a joke for Bin Laden that dies and goes to heaven. He finds George Washington, who smacks him, and then Thomas Jefferson, who smacks him, and this list of people. And he goes, I thought I was going to have 72 virgins. Like, virgins? No, it's Virginians.
Yeah.
So I hope you'll check it out this Sunday when I post it on secular TV. And I post it in the morning, so you can see it anytime because it's YouTube. It's everywhere all the time, and I'll post it all over the place, of course. But anyways, it's a really interesting conversation, and I think you'll really enjoy it, and I think you'll learn a thing or two, especially about Islam and Muslims and the Quran and, well, maybe even something about the Bible you didn't know. Anyhow, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and remember, watch One Old White Guy, which is me, Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, coming this Sunday.